Hello and welcome back to Calmsden Farm. We're still in the second part of May, mainly because it is an absolute task. Who'd have thought it? To feed 500 cows. It is interesting, let's put it that way. We'll go through that in a little bit. First job is to sell 15 of our sheep because they're at £1,000 now, so max value for us, and yeah, less mouths to feed sheep's wise. So we are going to head to the animal dealer, get these sold, and then we'll take a look at a few changes that have had to be made to some of the equipment, and how we're doing on the old food levels. Okay, up at the livestock market, and we can jump in to this menu, and I think, yeah, 5 of those, yep. And this lot should be a massive 10k. There we go, lovely. Don't need to buy any more. We have plenty of animals. So let's talk feeding. Wow. So I can only skip or advance, whatever you want to call it, 2 and a bit hours with the cows. They eat a heck of a lot, and if I go over into the 3rd hour, everything's empty. Literally everything. They eat it all. So yeah, so it's been a very slow process, even getting to where we are now in the second part of May. Stocks are running low. I'll show you that in a second. We're going to head to the old cow barn first, where we've got a new piece of kit because, well, trying to maximise efficiency, really. So you will see we've got another class wheel loader with, it's a funny sounding name and I can't pronounce it, but it's one that I could modify so it didn't drop the grass silage when it came out of the bunker. So we've had to open the pit because we've used all the pink wrapped bales. So they were the ones that were down by the store that were made off of the grass area down there. If we just hop out a second and take a look at how our silage is doing. 60%, okay. That's not too bad. I'm guessing that these are all going to be roughly the same. Have a quick, go a bit closer, 55. So not a million miles off, which is good. So what we can do now is we'll just tab. This is the new one, the Torian 1914, and this is the one that we bought previously, and you'll see that we have emptied a bunker. So in a day we've emptied a bunker. Yes, I know, I was just as shocked. That apart, that side even, I did actually get a bit of a good process going. So overnight, in the dark, we'd got the milk being sold, we got the slurry being pumped out. I haven't done anything with the manure yet. So that was from this cow barn and the old one, and they were just running on auto drive through the night, taking the slurry to the mini BGA and to the industrial one. That's all good. sold a load of solid fertiliser, and we were up to around 2 million quid, just over actually. That I've had to be buying the mineral feed, the Deuter mineral feed, and also we bought the wheel loader. So yeah, so some expenses, but it's been good. I have just literally sat here feeding cows. It was nice to go on to Attingham and just yeah, do something a bit different yesterday. So plan for today is to probably make a field of hay, and also to look at sorting the ingredients for the chickens and the horses. So we did pigs and cows in the last episode, kind of unsuccessfully, but then successfully in the end. So I thought we'd try and do the same thing today with the chickens and the horses. So let's go and grab the fast track, get that put away somewhere, and I will see you at the horse stable. I thought I'd make use of the Defender for this point. Used it in a while. So, first things first, set ourselves a delivery point. Now, if we bring up, and I need to find the right control, right shift and F. Let's have a look at horses. So, grass conditioned. Ooh, we've got some of that. That's excellent. We've got hay is already in there for roughage. And we could possibly... grass condition does both base food and moisture food. Okay. Well, failing that, we could always buy horse silage. Buy a box of carrots, crate of carrots. And we could buy some mineral feed. So, tell you what we'll do. We can grab ourselves a bale of conditioned grass from the sheeps. Might need some super strength for this. Ooh, that's heavy. And then we'll see if we can just put a little bit into the horses. Ooh, there we go. That's probably filled. Okay, so it does everything. So, wowzers, okay, didn't know that. So the horses are very similar to the sheeps. Wicked. Okay, well they can have all of that then. So feeding horses is yeah, just as easy as feeding sheep, really. Wicked. Well, that was easier than I thought it was going to be. How is everybody else doing? Cows are all right. We know the cows are all right. Sheep need a bale of conditioned grass by the look of it. So this is pretty much how I've been doing it off screen. Just grabbing a bale and going and popping it by the trough and just leaving it there, because I'm trying to get this to balance out a bit, and I know they'll eat the roughage a bit slower, but that's fine. Pigs, they're okay. Other sheeps, they're okay. And our cows at the new cow barn are good as well. Okay. Let's now have a look at if we can feed the chickens any better than we are currently. So, in the animal food overview, we can see that chickens, for their protein food, need soybeans or alfalfa hay. Alfalfa. Energy food is wheat or sorghum. And I think that is the one that we are good on. Well, I say good. Yeah, we've got that's the bar that we've got filled. And then, sorry. And then if we have a look at, we need corn, CCM or corn grain grist for the base food. And sugar beet sugar beet or carrots for moisture food. So I've set a, turn the torch off. I've set a store delivery point here. Let's go in first and buy ourselves. Now, bearing in mind, this chicken coop takes a lot. So we will get 8 boxes of carrots. Okay. Lovely. And we will get... Let's have a look. In fact, let's get those into the trigger first. There we go. Now you'll see, there we go. We're starting to fill up the moisture food bar. So I'll grab the rest of these, get them in, and then we'll catch up when we're starting to fill the next slider. Last box now going in. Let's take a quick look. Okay, so we can see we've got 8,000 litres of moisture food. Now, let's try and sort out the protein food. So I'm going to set a trigger slightly closer to the point where we need to feed the animals. Let's go into... Now, we want a soybean pallet. There we go. So farm supply pack, you are going to be very, very handy. There we go. So 4 pallets of those going to go in now. And you'll see protein food is increasing, which is what we want. Lovely. So again, I'll get these 4 pallets in and I'll see you in a minute. Last pallet going in, and we can see now that we're going to be around the 20,000 litre mark for the protein food. There we go. Super. So that's great. So we've got protein food, we've got energy food, and we've got moisture food. Now, base food, we're going to need to do the same thing again. And if we go into the pallets section, and if we find, we can buy maize. So again, we'll buy 4 of these, 3 and 4, and pop that going in there. He says, there we go. And we'll now see the base food is increasing as well. Now, they're £1,000 for 5,000 litres. We've got wheat in the silo for the energy food, so we could quite easily use our own stuff. But this is just to show you that, you know, you don't have to have everything to hand. You can buy it. Eggs sell for a ridiculous price sometimes. So, you know, if you're stockpiling and waiting, especially with a chicken enclosure coop that holds 720 chickens, you make that investment in the food, you're going to get it back handsomely when you sell the eggs. So, yeah, it kind of makes sense really to do it and feed them properly, because you get the outputs when they start producing the eggs. So we are now at the slightly smaller chicken enclosure, pasture, free range open thing in the community area next to the pigs. I just wanted to try something. So, wrong menu. If we look at these chickens, they've got energy food again, 0 productivity, and their health is rock bottom because all the other 3 sliders are not got nothing in, completely empty. So I was wondering what chicken food would do. Now, I'm pretty sure there is a chicken food thing. There we go. So we'll buy one just to see what that does for the sliders. So again, oh, a bit too far there. So we'll put that in and then we'll have a look and see which... Oh, it's filled it. So, okay, so chicken food does the... Is that all of the sliders? Let me just go back and have a look at this recording. So I've had a look at the recording, and when we started, the energy food was at 3407. So chicken food does sliders 1, 3, and 4, which is handy to know. So we don't need to buy necessarily all of the different ingredients. You can just buy chicken food and then put in the energy food, which is your wheat. Okay, so that's handy to know. We can drop that down, put that there. Okay, now we have advanced a little bit of time, haven't we, just whilst chatting. So I think now would be a good time to check on the cattle and see how they are doing. So you can see they're eating roughly, so it's 120,000 litres. So what's that? 11, nearly 12,000 litres an hour. And at the 14,000 litres at the old cow barn. So what we'll do is we'll just top that up. We'll find the other New Holland. Oh, that's something else I need to talk about, actually. That has reminded me. Now, a few episodes ago, I think I mentioned that the little Fiat was playing up. So it did it again. And I just hadn't got time to be faffing around. So I sold that. And this is the case from the community area. So I bought this. I think it was... I think I paid 80,000 for it. So yeah, that's been swapped out now, and that is our straw blowing tractor. So let me just get in there and we'll top up the straw. I don't think they're going to need a lot. No, that's fine. Super. How are we doing for food? Do we need to do a mix yet? Yes, we do. Okay, so everybody else now is pretty good. Oh, we need to do the chickens at the main yard. We can do that in a little minute. That's fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to fire up the New Holland and we're going to make a mix for the cows. So first ingredient we are going to put in is the hay. Let's see if we can get that to just drop in there ever so nicely. Now, you might say, you can't park in that person's field. I can. I bought it. Yeah, it's a bit tight, this yard. So having that extra bit of turning space is really rather handy. So what we can do now is we'll just attach the bucket. We'll go and grab ourselves some sugar beet. So 1 bucket of sugar beet, and then we can start loading up with mineral feed. So what I've been tending to do is leave that loading whilst filling up with silage, just because it's quite a slow pour out of the silo. So I want to maximise efficiency, and you'll see that when we go up to the new cow barn. I much prefer that setup up there. It really does seem to flow a little bit better than down here. It's just everything's a bit more open, I guess you'd say. So that is our sugar beet in. Now hopefully I've left enough space we can get into top up with mineral feed. That should do it. There we go. So we can jump out of there into the beast of a class. So there we go. Now we shouldn't get any droppage. Ah, lovely. Now I'm not going to time lapse this because yeah, it's a bit hard to watch with the trees in the way. I was tempted to, well, I've always been tempted to get rid of that tree, to be fair, but yeah, we'll leave it for now. So first load of silage going in. There we go. Right, we'll grab a couple more buckets and I'll see you in a second. So we're back in the telehandler and we're just going to pop in the mineral feed first and then there we go. So that's all empty. Let's lower the boom down. We'll be washing this telehandler actually. Now let's take a look at how the mix is looking. So we have got TMR, and how are we for silage? Hay's good, silage, yeah, we can fine. But what I might do is just pop a little bit more silage in. Not too much. There we go. Now what we'll do is we'll go and get this out of the way and lowered down. Super. That can stay there. We'll jump back into the New Holland and we'll try and position ourselves so we can get some molasses in just to top it off. Then we can feed it to the cows. But yeah, that's the sort of standard mix that I'm doing. Well, it's not a standard mix, is it? But I don't want to be underneath there. There we go. So that should be molasses going in. No, it's not. It's mineral feed. Ah. Probably poor planning on my part, having both of those so close together. But normally it works absolutely fine. So I'll get these all topped up. They're not going to take a great deal. 5,000 litres. Okay. Milk, 37,000 litres. Slurry, 74,000. So both of those are okay at the moment. There we go. Right, let's go and feed the chickens at the main farm. And then we'll head up to the new cow barn and do a mix up there. So up at the... I keep going to call them pigs. Up by the chicken coop at the main yard now, and we are just loading in the chicken food for them to eat. And you'll see again, it's filling the sliders 1, 3 and 4. So that's great. We've got plenty there now. We can split that between different coops if we need to. Right, let's find our way to... Oh, we might not need to do a mix up here. Let's have a quick look. So, no, we don't need to actually. But I'll tell you one thing we could do with doing is shifting some milk. So, we'll let that run away there. And I'll go and find a truck and we'll sell some milk. So I found a truck and was merrily on my way to attach it to the milk tanker when driving past field 24 on this grass conditioned 6,000 litres. Now I don't remember any of them exploding, but yeah, that's that's an interesting one. I think what we'll do is we'll pop it up here for now. And, yeah, I can't... We've not... Well, we don't get contracts on here. We never did the change to the map and the field names to introduce that, but... Very bizarre. I love it when things like that. So, there's a bale there. What's that doing? Anyway, right, I think what we might do is we will drop this off by the fertiliser production. We'll get that loaded up, and then we'll go and connect ourselves to the milk tanker, which I think is already positioned by the new cow barn. So that could be handy. You're going to come into view. Yeah, there it is. So let's get this filled with solid fertiliser. We can have a quick look at our productions while we're around here. There we go. We've got the Valtra that is carting the slurry. So is that going to be close enough there? Yes. Fantastic. So we'll get that filled up and we'll head and pick up the milk from the new cow barn. Well, there was already 20,000 litres in here, so we're going to have to come back and empty a bit more out. But I think we'll go straight to the, probably just to the garden centre, I think. That's what I've been doing mainly. I've done a couple of runs to General Store Bay 1. But yeah, it's just, you're roughly getting about £1,000 per litre. No, £1,000 per 1,000 litres. So yeah, it's not like we're missing out on a great deal. Rather neatly done. So we can get this unloaded. That'll bring in a nice amount of cash for us. And then I want to show you the setup that we've got now with the mixes at the new cow barn. We might not actually do one. But still, I'm really liking that setup and the way it's working up there. So, emptied all the milk out of the new cow barn. Lost my words for a second there. So, how things have been done down here is slightly different. So, we've got our bunker with our ear tools in. And we've got the Duiker mineral feed silo, and you'll see I've got the class already loaded up with a bucket full of mineral feed. So what I tend to do is we'll feed the cows, empty the mixer, back out, drive down here, fill up with the mineral feed, potatoes, drive up to one of these IBCs and just hit R and let it put 1,000 litres in. So that's nice and easy. Pull up down here, load up with silage, load up with hay, and yeah, jobs are good one. So it works really, really well. Now, what I'm thinking of doing is if we just take a look at, firstly, is there any contracts? No. So we are pretty much full now at both the cow barns. I think what I'll do now is we'll advance to 6, maybe 7 o'clock, and I'll show you how much they actually eat. So I'll see you at 7 o'clock. So 4 minutes past 7 at night, 5 minutes past 7 at night. You'll see gone down a fair chunk. Everybody's eating their food, but look, productivity is shooting right up again for the chickens. Now, it's unfortunate that we've got the 3,000 litres in there because, yeah, they're never going to be that productive anymore, I suppose. We're never going to get all of that down, which is mildly annoying. I'm liking this one. This one's a lot better because they had eaten a significant amount and the storage is a lot more. So yeah, so if we take a look, so down at the old cow barn, they're around 92,000 now. So what we'll do is we will just leg it over and get in here, and then we can empty this mixer wagon and we'll jump out and we'll make a mix up here. So as I said, I backed out of the cow shed. Now we're going to just pull up here, load up with the mineral feed, bucket of spuds, then the molasses, So it's an incredibly similar mix between the two yards. The only thing that's different is the type of silage we're using, and the fact that we're using potatoes up here rather than sugar beet. The other thing as well is not tending to use as much molasses down at the old barn. It's mainly the silage, hay and mineral feed. So that's the spuds in and done. Now what I do generally is position this back under here. Oh, we need to buy some more first. So we'll navigate our way around to this point here. It's R, is it R? Why are you not letting me buy it? No, I don't want to be getting in there. Oh my word. This worked perfectly well. Every other time I've had to jump out and buy it. There we go. Might have been in the wrong place. So we want mineral feed. Yes, 18,000 litres. Buy that. You. So then we can get back into the telehandler. Here are. And start that filling. Turn the engine off. Pull up to an IBC. There we go. Lovely. Get rid of the F1 menu. That'll take one IBC full. Job's a good one. There we go. And now it's time to open up the other clamp. So the next clamp is opened up, and I think we've got about 50,000 litres more in here. So that's 2 remixes more maybe out of this bunker, but not a huge amount. So here we go. A bit further to travel with this one. Could bring the mixer wagon over, couldn't we really? There we go. Let's start that loading up. Lovely. It is much quicker not having to tidy up the mess from when the buckets drop the silage out the bunker. So there we go. That makes it a lot quicker not having to faff around doing that. But yeah, it's I think it's like anything. Once you get into a rhythm and and a bit of a process flow, things, you know, start to move a little bit quicker. How much silage is that? 16,000. I think what we'll do now is we will jump out, we'll grab the telehandler, we'll put the hay in, and then we will top off with more silage, I think. Right then, got 2 bales of hay this time, so we'll let that go in. Now, I might grab a little bit more. We'll see how that does once the mixer has mixed it all in. Because we're running around about 19,000 litres of hay per mix. So we do need a little bit more. So we'll grab one of the round ones. We won't necessarily use all of it. But it'll do. Just don't want to drop it. There we go. I think once we've done this mix, I'll advance the time incredibly slowly into June, and we'll catch up then, and we'll actually do a bit of farming, I think. So let's get that topped up to there. That's fine. Move this out of the way, and yeah, finish the mix off. Where are we? Here we go. We need some more silage for that. So yeah, I'll finish this mix, we'll feed it to the cows, and then I'll advance into June. I have as well set things to 3-day months, just so it makes the feeding a little bit easier, hopefully. Hopefully they'll consume a little bit less in one go, and yeah, we will have a bit more time to do other things. So last job of today is to top up the straw. I've been round, topped up the pigs, topped up the sheep where needed, and the chickens. So yeah, everybody is set for feed. So yeah, top the bedding up by the right bit. So yeah, pigs are good, chickens are good. Yeah, sheep are all right as well. Cows down here. I've just emptied the mixer, so we need to do one down there as a priority, but everybody else is looking pretty good. So I will see you in June, and yeah, we'll see how we're getting on with feeding the 500. Well, it's not quite June. The 3-day months kicked in a lot sooner than I thought they were going to, which is fine. We were up to around 200,000 litres of manure in the pit here, so I've taken one load to the mini BGA, and this load will go to the industrial BGA, so that can wait and go there later on. So money is up. Milk sales, that's literally it. And we sold the electric charge from the mini biogas plant. So yeah, yeah, we ran into a bit of a problem actually. I just zoom through this pit. So I was trying to spawn some straw bales, but it wouldn't do it. So if I can just find the trigger again, just to show you. Oh no, that's open the silo. So where is, let's put the markers on. So we got chance. So here we go. So extract bales. Press R. Straw. Okay. One bale. And it doesn't do anything. Now, it came up before saying that it couldn't spawn the bale, but I don't know why now it's not doing anything. I would imagine that it appears here. But yeah, I'm really confused by that. I don't think they're spawning anywhere else. Have a look off. No, it's just ever so strange. So we've got 1.7 million litres of straw that we can't get at currently. So yeah, a bit of an odd one. The only thing I can think is if we got the store point set and it spawns them there, but I don't think that is the case. Very, very strange. Very strange indeed. Yeah, I might have to see if anyone's having the same issue. So I think that that's enough for this episode. So this is episode 96. So we've got 97, 98, 99, 100. So we've got 4 more to go. Now, what I'm thinking is, obviously, we want to get to harvest. So the animals will be staying for maybe 1, 2 more episodes, and then we'll sell all of those, and then we can crack on and get the harvest done. We can and then start to sell everything else as we go along. So thank you very, very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. I certainly have. It is definitely a challenge, but I am enjoying it, and we're really getting into a rhythm now of getting the slurry moved, getting the manure moved, milk being sold, making the mixes. Yeah, it really is cool. So I'm going to say thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.